think we have everybody in. We can add any latecomers in as they go. If you want to go ahead and get started by introducing yourself, Casey, and then can move on.
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. It's so great to see everyone here. Thank you for joining. I know it's a little late in the day, but we have some really great information. So my name is Casey Mallory, and I am the current manager of figure skating programs at headquarters. So anything you need, always feel free to reach out and ask.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kara Scudner. I'm the current chair of the Adult Skating Committee. And I'm really excited to have all of you here tonight to hear about this new championship event.
Where's Ian?
Hi, can you hear me? My name is Ian McAdam. I'm the current National Vice Chair of Competitions for the adult community.
I'm Jocelyn Delmar. I am the current Vice Chair for Dance on the Adult Skating Committee.
And I'm Aviva Cantor. I'm the ex officio chair of the Adult Skating Committee. This means that from 2019 to 2022, I served as chair. I'm currently in charge of nothing, but I'm here to serve as a helping hand.
And I'll just add that one of the reasons we asked Aviva to join us on this is that a lot of the work for this event was actually done while she was chair. So she is very knowledgeable about it and is graciously spending her time sharing that with all of you.
Happy to help. I'm going to mute until I'm needed.
Thanks, Aviva.
Okay. Well, welcome, you guys. This is also my first fancy PowerPoint, so please appreciate. We are introducing the Championship Adult Solo Dance event. Next slide, please. Okay, so like a lot of people should probably already know, this is a qualifying event, just like championship freestyle events, championship dance and pairs. This is for solo dance. The event starts through adult sectionals. Top 4 qualify to the adult championships. Adults do have a fill-up rule, so if there's less than 4 in any section, we will fill up with other sections. Registration starts in about exactly a month, I believe, and goes to February 1st. So you have until February 1st to pass any tests that you need. We implemented this program, this event, because we've been working on it for years and we were very impatient to get it off the ground. We felt that it was very important to get it going as soon as possible so that people could experience a qualifying event for solo dancers. It had been written up, all the rules, it was ready to go, and pandemic stuff pushed it back. So we chose to do an an early ballot, which is a rare situation. We don't use it that often. So we could get this on the table for this season. It did go through discussion and surveying and the normal balloting process, just on a slightly different timeline than you would typically see with governing council. And everything got approved, and now we have an event. Next slide.
And wait.
Oh, sorry.
This was my slide.
Sorry, Viva, go ahead.
So it's okay. So this is my one slide. So I'll talk a bit more about the backstory for Championship Adult Solo Dance and kind of when the planning process started. To my knowledge, as far as I can remember, I think it was brought to me in, I want to say March or April of 2019, right before I became chair. And then over the past several years, it's been worked on in various capacities. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Sally Ann Schmick, who's not currently on here. But she served as vice chair of dance during 2 of my 3 years as chair, and she was incredibly helpful in the logistical planning for this event, and I would definitely like to give her a shout out. And something Sally Ann and I did during the initial brainstorming of this event is that we met with the Dance Development and Technical Committee to get their feedback, and I couldn't get over their overwhelming support for offering a championship event for higher level adult solo dancers, because there's nothing else of its kind. And there was just so much support, not only from the athletes, but from other people in leadership, that we really felt the need to go for it. And as Jocelyn already mentioned, there were definitely some COVID related delays. So it's being implemented on a bit of a non-traditional timeline, but hopefully everyone will enjoy it. All right, I'm hopping off.
Hey, thanks, Aviva. I'd also like to add too that the PSA is aware of this event and is very supportive and excited to have it going on. Okay, we can go next.
They have a webinar in January aimed at coaches, and they want to share the information about this event there as well.
Yeah. Okay, so the makeup of this event is very similar to the championship partner dance event. We only have one pattern dance for this event, not two. The one pattern dance that we will be doing is the gold pattern dance. This is the same gold pattern dance as the open pattern dance event every year. So this year, the open pattern dance is blues and quick step. So championship dance will be the quick step. We follow this because in case people are training for this event, we do not qualify or, can't do the event for whatever reason. You're not training like 6 different dances whenever possible. Now, this is a little different if you're, if you have one pre-gold dance and you're competing in the pre-gold solo pattern event, that you will be training a little bit differently, but we tried to make it as seamless as possible. The final round will be a solo free dance. This is structured just like the gold adult test. It follows the adult rules. It does not follow National Solo Dance Series. They have been expanding their testing and changing things. The adults are not doing the same changes, so we are a separate program. All of the event information is in the rule book for, the different elements and things. And new this season, no second Twizzle series, which I think people will be pretty happy with. That actually matches a test. We had more Twizzles in the competition than the test. So now we align exactly with the test. Okay, next. Scoring is going to be 6.0. That's how all of the current adult solo dance events are. We are definitely planning to try to get this to IJS sooner rather than later. It is on the agenda. It is not something we are ignoring. It is a want, but it takes time. It is out there for sure. It will be 50-50 scoring, pattern dance and solo free dance, and then the solo free dance is the tiebreaker. Very similar to how the pattern dance events are handled now, where you have 2 dances, the second dance is a tiebreaker. Okay. And the one prerequisite and the only prerequisite for this is a pre-gold pattern dance, just one of them. You can take it standard, you can take it adult, you can take it solo, but you have to take a pre-gold pattern dance. And obviously all of the prerequisites to that, up through silver. We are not going with a free dance test as a prerequisite with this because that is exactly the same as the partnered event. You only have pattern dances as a prerequisite. USFS is changing their test rules. They have already changed them for the standard track, and adults will be changing over in July 2023 to only have pattern dances as a prerequisite for the solo free dance tests. So we're doing this right from the get-go, the same requirements as everything. We started this event to be gold, a gold event, because that's where, and you'll see on the next slide, not yet, but you'll see on the next slide, we have a ton of people in gold. It is getting huge. And golds have nowhere to go. There is no international event. There is nothing else but to stay in gold for years and years on end. So once we see that there was, kind of a log jam of people there. So we thought by opening up this championship event that would help to alleviate some of the large amounts in gold. Unlike other, lower levels, you can always move up. Golds can't go anywhere. We surveyed pre-golds and golds last summer. Overwhelming support. Everyone was really excited, really wanted this event. We surveyed all of the competitors, I believe, for the last 2 or 3 adult nationals. So if you have not competed in a little while and didn't receive the survey, that's why we did more of the recent competitors. It is a sister event to the championship adult dance, which is the same requirements. It's a gold pattern dance and a gold free dance. And it's a new championship opportunity. We didn't have anything for adult solo dance. Adult solo dance has been extremely popular. We put in adult pattern dance in 2009 was the first year, and I believe 2018 was the first year for the solo free dance, and they've been really popular. And there's a ton of growth in solo dance. So we wanted to acknowledge that by offering this opportunity. for people to do a qualifying event. And also that'll help, boost numbers at adult sectionals. I remember years past when, competing silver at sectionals, silver freestyle, you had a couple people. Now the event at sectionals is humongous, which is really great. It's increased participation at sectionals, which is really helpful. So that's basically our reasons. Next slide. Oh, you went back. There you go. Okay, so this is a graph of the entries in the gold solo pattern dance, which is the blue, and then the solo free dance. This combines the age classes. We did split up the age classes. I believe that started in 2020 or would have started in 2020. But obviously, like, this is just a total for everyone entered into gold. So you can see that the numbers are huge. 2020 was absolutely massive, which is great. So we have tons of sustaining interest in gold dance and solo gold dance. So those people will hopefully enter our championship event. And
I have one thing to add to this one. So the numbers for 2020, those are entry numbers for what was supposed to be the 2020 adult championships.
Yeah.
We had entries. We actually had a schedule, which was just never shared because the event got canceled. So for data and planning purposes, they're relevant for the graph, but just a note that those are numbers from the event, which was canceled.
Sad times. That's right. Yeah, so it's actually it was going to be the biggest event. Even 2022 numbers for the same location were just a little bit down, but yeah, lots and lots of interest, and we're hoping that this is where we can split up a little bit and get some people into championship. Next slide. I think that's pretty much it. You got any questions? Let us know.
Yeah.
Send us an email.
Got some questions now. We can do some time for question and answer.
Great.
Anyone has a question they want to put in the chat?
Probably have a couple questions for Ian. Maybe Marianne can also answer the questions, and Kara, I can take that offline and just email regarding officials for certain events, especially as dance is increasing in interest. So I'll ask them tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to hosting and seeing everyone.
Awesome. I'm really excited. I'm going to be entering in Pacifics this year. So
Yeah.
Hey, Jocelyn, we have a question.
yes.
3 patterns of the quick step.
Yes. 3 patterns of the quick step, not 2. Yep. I believe that is in the rule book. I don't know the rule number off the top of my head, but it is in the rule book what the adult patterns are that skate. Any more?
Is the novice solo dance the gold level in competition?
No. You need to look at senior / gold. They're being renamed next year.
Yeah. So do you want to take this, Ian? Or?
Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say it's in the 8,000s, the rule. I think 807 something for the quick, the dance.
I think I had it on the slide. I want to say 8,700 was the goal, was the senior solo free dance for adult.
But for someone who's new to solo dance, for adult solo free dance, we have 3 levels of competition: bronze, silver, and gold. And they align with the standard test levels of juvenile, novice, and senior.
And I'm going to add something to that.
Aligns with senior.
I'm going to add something to that.
Yeah.
So for the person asking about novice, there's a standard novice solo free dance, and then there's a completely separate adult novice solo free dance test. And the requirements are similar, but slightly different. Okay, you're testing adult. In particular, the twizzle requirement is different for the standard novice versus the adult novice. During my time as chair, we actually separated out into completely separate tests, but yes, it roughly aligns with adult silver.
So if you are testing, if you're testing the adult novice solo free dance test, that would align with the requirements for our adult silver solo free dance competition at the adult championships.
Yeah, the standard tests put in a 1-foot step sequence consisting of a counter, a bracket, a rocker, and a double twizzle, all on 1 foot for novice, junior, and senior. So God bless if you take those, but we're not requiring that for adult.
It's also always been an overarching goal of the adult skating committee to never force adults to do a sliding move. So that's part of why everything got separated, because there are a lot of adult skaters who don't feel that they can do a sliding move.
I'm not doing it.
No, I'm not doing
Our
it
needs are
either.
done. Our needs are done.
Our needs
Yeah,
are
no.
done. Yeah, we're not sliding.
Not necessary.
What judging level are you requiring for the championship solo dance?
Yeah.
So this event, are you asking if what level the officials need to be, or what judging system will be used?
What level you're
I
asking
just
for the
asked the
judging
same
level?
question as Mary. Yes, I just asked the same question to Mary Ann. Yeah.
I believe that's listed in the rule book as well. Let me try and see where that is.
I want to say it's sectional level. I'm not
Yeah,
positive.
but what
Yeah.
level up section? If it's a championship event, yes. If it is 6.0 and lower, what judges levels can judge the 6.0 dance? This is what Mary and I are both asking.
Maybe
because
this
for dance
is-
judges.
Maybe the dance judge conversation could be
Rochelle.
an email chain with Ian.
That would
Yeah,
be great. And I know Rochelle's on here too. She's a vice chair or
Yeah,
of
if you
dance.
could
So-
start an email chain with Ian for that, that would be great.
Okay, thanks, Ian. Thanks, Kara.
We have another question, Jocelyn.
Yep.
So it's about the prerequisite being one pre-gold pattern dance. Does
Mhm.
it matter if you test partner, or do you need to take it solo?
No, you do not need to take it solo. You do not need to take it adult. You do not need to take it standard. It just needs to be any one pre-gold dance, anything. It can be any dance, doesn't matter. Take the Killian.
that's the easy one.
I did that one last.
Oh,
I did the Starlight first. I can't talk.
Oh.
Yeah, I did Starlight as crossovers.
Adult pre-gold. It can be adult or standard
Standard.
pre-gold.
Yes,
Either
correct.
is fine. So for absolutely any adult competition, the prerequisites
Mhm.
are for dance are going to be adult or standard. That's pretty universal across the board.
Yeah, and it can be 21 plus, 50 plus, doesn't matter.
A dance question, not a championship dance question, but someone who has a novice standard solo free dance would be what level for adult?
Silver.
If they
you
don't,
have- yes. I'm
you're
sorry, I saw it. If they don't have silver dances passed, but you have passed a novice standard solo free dance, yes, you are silver in terms of entering a solo free dance event. Now, you still have to enter whatever pattern dance you have. You could have pre-bronze pattern dances, and you would have to enter either pre-bronze or bronze for a solo pattern dance. And one thing that'll help is that I believe it goes into effect July 2023, that the naming conventions for dance will switch over to metal colors. So, senior will be gold, junior will be pre-gold, novice will be silver, and on down the line. So it will be slightly less confusing. But when we talk about gold dance, we're not going to have a senior solo free dance, senior free dance. It's going to be gold solo free dance, gold free dance. So that'll help.
Goodness,
At least for
thank
dance.
goodness.
Mm-hmm.
any other questions from anyone else about this event? Anything else dance related while you have us all here?
It was great seeing faces to the names. So I can picture you guys moving forward before March. Thank you, everyone, for all of your knowledge and hard work.
Okay, I've got permission from Kara. We are working on getting the pre-levels for solo free dance competition. Not this year, not going to happen this year because it's, you know, too late now,
Everything
but
takes time.
we are working.
A lot of
Things take
time.
time. Well, and also part of the reason we didn't want to push it this year is because it would actually mess up people for test levels, right? Like if you're planning to compete silver and all of a sudden you're pushed into a pre-gold dance event, we didn't want to do that to people this season. So the goal is to eventually have bronze, pre-silver, silver, pre-gold, and gold solo free dance to align with the pattern dance. So you would have pairs rather than right now. Bronze is kind of a mishmash of 2 levels. Silver is kind of a mishmash of 2 levels, sometimes 3 levels. You can get people from, you know, with a lot of different kinds of experience in those. So that is on the agenda to talk about for implementation for the 2024 adult championships.
Yeah, so we will discuss it. We have discussed it. It's been supported, but we'll have to ballot it, have the other pertinent committees vote on it. And if a high percentage of everyone votes yes, then it will go forward to the board of directors. So it looks like we have a couple more questions popping up. Any plans for internationals one day?
I'm never going to say never. The championship partner dance compete a couple internationals in their event. It's possible we could put it in as a championship dance for solo. I don't believe
it has been discussed, but when we discussed it, and Aviva, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think this was early in my time on the committee, it was discussed and overwhelmingly the support was for the creation of a championship solo dance event instead of creating an international non-qualifying event.
I honestly remember it being discussed, and I can't remember exactly what the outcome was, but I feel like there were hesitations and concerns from older athletes, I want to say. But again, I wouldn't totally rule it out, especially since it's already in the structure a little bit for championship partner dance. I know they have silver samba in their structure, and I think rumba is in the rotation for Masters Open pattern dance. So it's not that they're never ever used, it's just that they're more rare. I mean, never say never, but I'm sorry, I can't completely remember exactly how that discussion went.
I think we have 2 different questions here. One is if we're going to have an international solo pattern dance event, which is something that was discussed and was kind of, we'd rather go with champ. And 2, are we going to put an international dance potentially in the rotation for the championship pattern dance portion of this event? Yeah, we could. It's one of those never say never. We could, you know, say, okay, in 2026, it's a silver samba. The plan is not to do that currently, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah, the dance rotations are never permanent. The committee does have the power to change them over time. Actually, during my time as chair, we refreshed the dance rotation a bit. And yeah, they always have the reason to change over time.
No reason why the samba couldn't be one of them.
Yeah, silver samba in particular strikes me as something that could eventually end up in there.
Yeah.
Grace, you just need to enter champ partnered. Love you.
There was a question from Micah. I'll go ahead and do this one. So Micah's asking if testing the adult, junior, or senior test equals the gold competition level. So the junior test would be no, and the senior test would be yes. Yes, passing, if someone has passed the novice solo free dance, that would, especially if they tested adult, that would perfectly align with the adult silver event. So Micah, it's a bit tricky because right now, as they mentioned before, we only have 3 competitive levels of adult solo free dance. but in fact, you can test 5 levels. So that's something that's on the agenda to try and see if we can better expand in the future. Hopefully that helped.
Yeah, and that'll also, that's one of the things we're looking at too, because some of the adult solo free dance events were humongous. And we're hoping that by, offering a pre-silver and a pre-gold, that will split it up a little bit. I think, was it bronze this year had like over 20? It was crazy.
Yeah,
So
the
silver
bronze
also.
3, the bronze 3, 4, 5 group, I believe, had 21 competitors in Newark.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I believe that the silver 1-2 group also had about 20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, silver 1-2 had 14.
Okay.
But I think we had some withdrawals. It was
Yeah,
they're big events.
They were both pretty
So,
big.
Yeah,
And
we're hoping to split it
With
up a little.
6.0, that's hard.
Yes, ordinal soup.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why we would love to get it to IJS as soon as we can. It is not being ignored. It is a desire for sure.
We can give it a couple more minutes in case anyone else has questions. I noticed that we had a couple people come in partway through our webinar, so. And if you think of a question later on, send us an email.
Yep.
If you give me 1 second, I'm going to link to the Adult Skating Committee's YouTube channel where the webinar recording will be posted.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second. So the Adult Skating Committee has a YouTube channel. Its primary purpose is sharing recordings of webinars. So here's a YouTube channel. Hopefully that link works. I'm going to double check it. So in the chat, please subscribe to that YouTube channel that I just posted. I'm double checking the link now to make sure I got that right.
And one more question, Jocelyn. Championship will be 6.0 judging system?
Yes, it will. For this foreseeable future, yes, it will.
Yeah,
And
that worked.
So, and now we have another question. If it hasn't been discussed, why?
We currently do not have any solo dances that are IJS. And we felt rather than try to change everything over, which we have no capacity to do yet, we need to keep them 6.0. We have two rinks going full time for 4 days at Adult Nationals. It's a lot. We currently only have one system for IJS on one rink. We cannot put everything to IJS until we are able to get 2 systems into the competition. So some stuff has to stay 6.0. That is not the be all end all of it. It will happen eventually. There's a lot of logistics behind it. There's money behind it, officials. That is the goal eventually. So we felt that it was best to start at 6.0 and then eventually we will transition all of solo dance to IJS down the line.
And I just want to add something there that championship silver free skate started as a 6.0 event because that was how we could get the event created and available at the adult championships. And then by 2 years after the creation, it had transitioned to IJS. And now all silver free skate events at the adult championships and sectionals are judged under the IJS system.
Yeah, there's a particular need, especially for dance officials. It's really tough to get them. I believe championship partner dance at sectionals is still a 6.0 event, even though they are IJS at nationals. That is it's an officials thing. They're just not enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Last call for questions. We'll give it another minute. Think of anything. If you think of it after that, you got to email us.
Yeah, and especially if you have questions regarding any of this stuff, just like put all of us on there. It's a better chance to get direct information because Kara has some information. I have some. Ian's got a lot of wealth of, and being able to answer questions too. So best bet to put everybody on there at the same time. And then the right person can answer your question.
Oh, we get a thank you.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.